Good morning, everyone. This is Tanya, the Lady Strange. Today is May 29th, 2023. Tomorrow is Memorial Day. I can't believe it's already going to be June this week. Finally, we're starting to experience June-like weather. Last night, my husband, I, and my best friend had a lovely fire, and we're finally able to enjoy the backyard for a few hours. Was such a beautiful experience, much needed, very meditative, relaxing, grounding, just enjoying my property, the spirits of the land, enjoying the time with my husband, of course, which I always enjoy that opportunity, and the joy of my the laughter of my best friend, and just having a great best friend. Um, Enjoyed s'mores and candy, and just overall. And of course, there was a lot of activity, spiritual activity, in the yard. A lot did actually manifest in the actual smoke of the fires. There's a pretty big fire, and in the yard. Even my husband, who is a non practitioner, but does have, is very receptive and open minded. Especially, you have to be for living with someone like myself, a crazy ass witch here. But I love all my crazy ass witch self as he does, and he's very open, tolerant, and supportive, as is my best friend. So it's great to have people like that in your life. I know I'm truly blessed, but it was a great opportunity. There was a lot of energy, as you all may have seen before. I actually channel spirits. I work also with a mediumship. I have my whole life, but in the past few years, I've really developed a further understanding. Open there we go. Open receptivity to spirits, to working with them, releasing my fears, my own personal stigmas, opinions, expanding my horizons, and it's really opened my eyes. It's helped me with myself, my learning growth, and to connect with my ancestors, to connect with those friends that I've loved and lost that have passed on too early. And also to help others, to bring them closure, comfort, knowledge, guidance. I get a lot of guidance from my spirits, spirits of the land, spirits like my familiar, um, my other working spirits, and of course my ancestors, and of course most of all my spirit guides. They, I think, have the hardest job of all, as does my familiar spirit. Watching over someone crazy like myself, someone that's always constantly evolving, that has depression, has highs and lows, learning, growing, and someone that's pretty stubborn and sometimes non receptive on this end. As much as I'm open minded, I'm also very non receptive to change. In some ways will prevent things, or and also not be as motivated as I should be, but I'm getting better with that, and of course I owe that to them also, and them being very protective, guiding, and working and being patient with me. They're teaching me to be more patient, because boy, we know I have no fucking patience. Pardon my language, we know I swear a lot. um, but it is me and my personality, and a part of myself, and actually vulgarity in some cases. A lot of psychiatrists and psychologists say is a sign of intelligence. So yeah. So yeah, we'll see about that. Opinions are opinions also, or also what is analyzed. So to get on with today, I am filming outside, so I'm enjoying another lovely Sunday morning and my first filming outside of this year. So yes, blessed, feel grateful, makes me feel more alive, more in tune with Mother Nature and the elements, and of course, more relaxed. And plus, it's just damn easier to film this way. So, as you see, I'm just burning my lovely Witch City Wicks Bloody Kisses candle, which smells divine. I wish I'd make it all year round, but it's seasonal. Again, I may mention them a lot, but damn, their candles are the best. And my favorite, definitely worth the money, the investment, and worth checking out. And of course, they're from Salem, and their storefront is amazing. They are amazing people that work there. And of course, as I mentioned in my last video, I've learned lots of great and been turned on to great music from them, so that I would have not normally been. So again, and of course, Bloody Kisses, typo, Typo Negative, my obsession, my favorite band in the whole wide world. Rest in peace, Peter Steele. So yes, so it was like just one of those types of things lately, the feeling I've had. So I figured I'd burn this, but hopefully not burn it all down too much. I want a couple more burnings out of this. And of course, burning my trustworthy red ginger incense. I consider that my first incense I've always used since I've been a teenager and been turned on and use incense in my workings, and of course just for the energy that it brings, and of course a lovely scent. But this is always my favorite one, will always be my number one, and for witch workings. So on with the weekly reading. So this week, when I did my castings, two actually I intuitively pulled in the same spot. It was Fluorite and Tiger's Eye. So this combination is telling me together that negative energy still needs to be cleared out. Well, why in the hell doesn't it? Especially in my case, to let go and clear out space for new things. It will give a clearer mind, clear, open receptivity, productivity, thought, to help to gain insight, as does, and will help you to feel more grounded, which is what Tiger's Eye does. Plus, it will help to, the combination of the two are showing that some protection is needed, inner reflection is needed. We are our own voice, as I always say, our own guidance. We are our own true best advice, friends, allies, and basically our best resource overall, whether it's on a spiritual, a mental, intellectual, logical level, or of course a physical, resourceful level, for everyday tasks, life, learning, growth, relationships, etc. To go on with that. Tiger Eye is appropriate because, of course, the decks I'm still using right now for the weekly reading, which I find appropriate for this time of year, as I mentioned previously, and of course, one of my favorite witch movies and romance movies, Practical Magic, is the Tiger's Eye. So these, of course, protection. So again, focus a lot on staying grounded, protected, open up, and going within. That's also the theme for this week, as you can see. So there is the Wisteria from the Oracle deck, Ostara from the Tarot deck, and of course from the Ophidia Rosa tech. There we go, Tanya, mispronouncing again. Ramble. Yes, but of course, I am always funny like that. So Two of Wands. So very botanical, of course, these decks and energies have been. Of course, it's about time. Nature is very starting in full bloom. My Wild Kingdom yard, that dates me back from like the 80s. That was on PBS, but I call it Wild Kingdom because of the wildness. My yard is more like a forest. I'm not a gardener and I'm not a green witch. I know what to do with plants and herbs after they pass on. Only herbs I can seem, or plants that I can actually successfully have grown, other than, of course, fern, which is one of my top favorite affinity plants. And I have great ones here in this yard, but also is pokeweed. Yes, I do work with baneful energies, but as you respect them, they will respect you and honor you in a great way. And of course my mullein, and of course my hostas, and I have plenty of trees. So quick look at that. So yes, my yard is more like a forest, but lots of nice fairy energy also involved. A lot of undisturbed, and of course spiritual and witchy energy. So I feel as it should be. I'm happy with it, as is my husband. So yeah. But again, I love the energy that it brings me, and I feel connected. And this time of year is my favorite time of year to be able to enjoy this. Plus, my husband's been keeping better in control with the fucking mosquito problem. I hate mosquitoes. But enough with that rambling. So, the Wisteria, the Ostara, and even the Two of Wands corresponds greatly with the crystals, again, that were cast this week. I do crystal castings, and I'm starting to teach myself other crystal and other charm casting. Certainly as I'm drawn to that, and will be teaching my own system. And eventually, hopefully, we'll do videos and feel comfortable enough and ready enough to share that as I learn and grow in that. Again, life and lessons and things that are constantly evolving. Learn, 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 grow, grow, grow. That's my opinion. Why be given this gifts and abilities and these blessings if I'm not using them properly, respectfully, and expanding? That's what we all should be doing on different levels. No one wants to stay and repeat the same patterns or there's stagnation in their life. That's what the Wisteria is saying in the Ostara and the Two of Wands. They're saying to reflect within, just as the crystals are this week, to let go, to release what's not serving you. Clear your energy, clear out your space, clear the negativity in your space, in your life, or in your yard, and shut out those fucking voices of other people. Again, pardon my language, but that's how I am. Those other voices want to bring you down. Those other voices should not define you or your life or your well-being or your past, your purpose, or what you may find morally correct versus what they find morally correct, or where you are going in your life. I'm a big believer in that. Yeah, of course, I don't always follow that myself, but again, learning, growing, and getting better with that also. Judgment's a big thing in our life and in the human race, being critical of each other. But what the fuck is that of anyone else's business? People need to learn to mind their own business about everything, whether it's big or small. What I do or what you may do may not work for everyone else, or may will be the same and work for the general population. A lot of people are not open receptive to different forms of spirituality, different lines of thinking, different hobbies, different careers, different races, whatever the case is. So again, there's so much ignorance in the world, and there needs to be more. So this also is, I'm getting rambly, but hey, it's all in good use, I suppose. The Wisteria and in the Ostar and the Two of Wands is saying reflect on your opportunities. Clear out, as I said a moment ago, clear out the old, release it, which is easier said than done, but it should be a constant process as we all move along each day in this crazy thing called life. And the Two of Wands, reflect on the choices and decisions that you have currently at hand. Reflect and meditate in whatever form you have. Read, write, journal, take a walk in nature, take a run, jog, go swim in the oceans, have a couple drinks, be crazy, hang by the fire like I do with my friends and my husband, toast marshmallows, spend an extra hour asleep, look up at the stars, work in your yard, I don't know, whatever it is that actually that you enjoy, but also that you find reflective and meditative. Because this week is going to be good for that. There's a lot of change that's in the air. I can feel that. That's one of my predictions. So yeah, so again, I just want to thank you all for watching. Count your blessings. That the weather is changing for the better and the earth is blooming and growing. That I hope this finds you all safe and well before this gets too long. And of course, check out my Instagram, Little Miss Scarahole 79, for a bunch of randomness, craziness, my horror-related things that I buy, the witchy and pagan things I buy, my cards, and of course, little adventures I have with my husband and other strangeness. Also check out my tarot reading, crystal reading, and mediumship. I do also spirit work, and expanding that in my options and offerings under a dark moon tarot readings. So check me out there. Please like and subscribe to my channel and to my Instagram or to my Facebook, as it's greatly and sincerely appreciated, and just helps me out to learn and grow and share my opportunity here. This is like my calling, and my first job is really, for the most part, it does have some benefits to my calling, but it really is not. So if you like anything about this video, please like, comment below, and subscribe. And again, hope this all finds you well. Have a safe and happy Memorial Day tomorrow and this week, and blessed be.